Well, this is it. Football is officially back. Well, the Premier League is officially back. Manchester City play West Ham tomorrow morning, and lunchtime, and I'm so excited. I'm going to do a match preview today. It's back, finally. I'm going to talk about all the things about the game and all that kind of stuff. We've got West Ham Fan TV later on as well in the opposition preview bit. But I want to say thank you to OneFootball. They're sponsoring the match previews and the season content and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, OneFootball, for getting involved as ever. They are my favourite app, absolutely bar none on the market. So go and download it in the link in the description below. It's a fantastic app with loads of stats, loads of news, loads of Manchester City updates and all that kind of stuff. Go and download it in the link in the description below. But today, ladies and gentlemen, is about Manchester City versus West Ham. Finally, a preview. Yep, I've been looking forward to doing this also. Did you like the rejigged intro? So now it's got match preview on it and all that kind of stuff. Yay, got an intro for that as well. But this is the big game. This is it. All that pre-season stuff, all the transfers, Community Shield's out of the way now. This is the one that we've all been waiting for. And with it brings that groundswell of excitement, that curiosity, that genuinely mystery that you never know what you're going to get from any team. Obviously, everyone expects City to win it this season. That's genuinely the consensus, but you just never know, especially when you're playing a team like West Ham who've signed a bunch of players and have got a good manager. This is the first game. Absolutely anything could happen. The time you're watching this, you're probably watching Liverpool versus Norwich, and I don't know how that's going to be going either, but this is Manchester City, and this is what I really care about. I'm excited because football's back. Football's actually back. It'll tie me down, it'll wear me out, and all that kind of stuff as it always does. But for now, it feels fresh. It feels lively. I'm just happy to put to bed all the transfer stuff. And we've made an absolutely excellent transfer window. I'll go watch my transfer window review after this video is finished. Open it in another tab, pause it, and come back to this video. And I was really happy with it. I think we had a wonderful summer. We'll have some players that should be involved maybe in the squad with this one. But let's look at the overview of this game in general. It's the first game. You know, we played him well in pre-season, played well against them in pre-season. I think it was 4-1, wasn't it, in the end? And we usually do well. We usually batter them. We're being honest at the Olympic Stadium. I think we've got 17 goals in the last 4 games at the Olympic Stadium. This is usually a very good stomping ground for Manchester City. Just the way they play kind of suits the way we play, because obviously they try and attack a little bit. They're a little bit open. Defensively, they're not always the best, and we know we can find a way to get at them. And I'm hoping this will be a similar game to this. Obviously, there's loads of news from the press conference as well. David Silva is now officially the captain. El Majo, it was probably never really in doubt, was it, that El Capitan was going to step up this season. David Silva captain is a beautiful sight. Him wearing that armband this season is going to be lovely. His vice captains are a combination of Aguero, Fernandinho, and Kevin De Bruyne, which is no surprise. I would not be surprised at all if it's Kevin De Bruyne full time from next season. But for now, David Silva's captain, and of course as well, there's the Ilkay Gundogan extension that came out this morning. That's been kind of muted for the past few days, and it's obviously absolutely excellent news. I'm genuinely delighted by that. Gundogan, a fantastic player, just about as good as you're going to get in terms of a rotation player anywhere in world football. You can't get many players who are that good, who are willing to be behind the likes of David De Bruyne, a hybrid, Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva and all that lot, and Fernandinho and everyone else. Hugely influential in the running as well. Genuinely a vital member of the first team and one of our best players in the running. So it'd be a disservice to call him a squad player. He is and he isn't at the same time, if you know what I mean. But that's fantastic news. Pep was also bigging up Rodri in the press conference. He said, I'm more and more convinced that this deal the club has done with him is one of the best deals in the last many years. He'll be an incredible holding midfielder for the club and for the Premier League for many years. You know what? I actually agree as well. I think we've got a £100 million player for around 60 million because he was so sensible with how he dealt with his contract and got a release fee clause in there. I think a very savvy agent, a very savvy player means we've got a bargain. Generally, I think this guy is going to be fantastic for Manchester City. Even if he starts slowly, I've got so much faith in him. But other than that, it's just the omens are Manchester City's favour. You never know once again because it is at the start of the season, but we've won our last 9 matches against West Ham in all competitions. They're usually a team that we'd like to play. It is obviously though at the Olympic Stadium. It's not a stadium that they're particularly bonded to, West Ham, but that does add an edge there. In terms of team news, Pep was saying in the press conference that Mahrez is weird, kind of like they wasn't sure about drug tests or something like that in terms of the Algerian doctors gave him something and they weren't sure if that was going to get him in trouble. But that's all cleared now. He's totally fine to play. And Aymeric Laporte obviously was sat out in the Community Shield, and Otamendi was fantastic there. Laporte is fit to play tomorrow as well. Pep was saying about a new guy, Joao Cancelo. Did I get that right? Let me know if I got that right. That's an on-running joke now for forever. Apparently, Pep said he's not going to play tomorrow. He came 2 days ago, but he will fit in well. He's used to mentality because he plays at Juventus, which is to win, win, win. That's true. We've signed a winner there. We signed a player that's used to being at big clubs. As I said in my reaction video, and go watch that as well, to the signing. This guy is a big club kind of player. Valencia, Inter, Juve, he just gets about, and now he's at Manchester City as well. In terms of the team news, obviously, absentees include Leroy Sané, who looks like he'll be out for like several months. Absolutely terrible, but it's just one of those things. We're going to see how we cope with that. Unfortunately, he's not there, but maybe it means more opportunities for someone else. But it's a big, very strong squad that we've sent there with Rodri in the heart of that. In terms of the predicted team, this is the bit where you say Ederson. Ederson, it could be a bit of a surprise with Bravo because he has been good, but it's going to be Ederson. You presume it would be Ederson. Why wouldn't it be Ederson? No Cancelo means it's going to be Kyle Walker at right back, and rightfully so after his heroics in the Community Shield game. Centre-backs will probably be Laporte and Stones. Though Otamendi was fantastic. He genuinely was brilliant in the Community Shield. He started to tire towards the end, as they all did, really. But I thought he had a really kind of stoic and tough, tenacious performance as centre-back. So I'm going to go for him there. And I think it'll be Zinchenko at left-back with Angelino just about making the bench there. Could be Angelino, but I think it will be Zinchenko because given his trusted status in the squad at the moment, which moves us on to the midfield and the number 6 role. Fernandinho, it's not going to be him. For now, it'll be Rodri. He's played more games in pre-season. He's a little bit further along in the development. And Fernandinho will be on the bench, I suspect, at the moment because got back pretty late and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be Rodri there. Pep's been bigging Rodri up and he's going to start him. I'm almost certain he's going to start him. And then ahead of them, well, once again, I think the team kind of picks itself at the moment. It's going to be David Silva, the captain. You don't make him captain and not play him. It'll be David Silva, the captain, and Kevin De Bruyne ahead of them. Those two are the obvious starting things there. So Rodri, De Bruyne, David Silva, a little kind of triangle there. It's going to be interesting to watch. On the right wing, I'm going to go for Bernardo Silva. On the left wing, Raheem Sterling. It just seems to make so much sense given the fact that Mahrez has only just got back as well. He's not fully ready yet to be integrated. And Sané's just not there, which is gutted to say. Through the middle, I actually think you might be surprised. I think we might see Gabriel Jesus. I'm going to stick with that though. Well, I've said it, so if I don't, I think it might be Gabriel Jesus. I've got a feeling he might be a little bit further, a little bit sharper than Aguero at the moment. Joe, I'm gonna actually bottle it and go for Aguero. Though I've said it on the video now, so I think Gabriel Jesus. But that is my predicted team. We've got a load of players for the bench in terms of Foden, Angelino, Mahrez, Otamendi, one of the strikers, Gundogan, Fernandinho. It's just an exceptionally strong bench, basically. And Scott Carson. He won't be on the bench, but Scott Carson's in the squad, which is good to hear. Right, so this is the opposition view bit. I'm going to hand it over to West Ham Fan TV. It's Nicky from West Ham Fan TV. Here's what he has to say about the game.
Hi guys, my name's Nicky Hawkins. I'm from the YouTube channel West Ham Fan TV. Stephen sent me a message earlier to see if we could preview the game versus the opening game of the Premier League tomorrow. Of course, Manchester City come to West Ham. Listen, we've seen each other over the summer. We've both made signings. We've both improved our squads. Obviously, City are a lot further along than West Ham in terms of squad depth. But we're confident over at West Ham. We're not confident we're going to beat City. We've been dealt a bit of a tough hand, really. In the last 6 seasons, we've had a member of the top 6 in every one of the opening games. We had Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, yourselves, and Tottenham in the last 6 seasons. So, we always get a bit of a rough start. We've won a couple of them. Actually, won one of them. Oh dear. And we know the last 4 times that Manchester City have come to the London Stadium, you give us a good idea. But we're confident this summer that we can put up a bit more of a fight. We've got some really dangerous players this year. Haller sort of come in for £45 million. He's our big money, big name striker. Fornals, of course, came in as well, and we're looking for him for a bit of creativity. All young. We've got a couple of others as well. But listen, as I said, bit of a free swing for West Ham this one. We know the attacking prowess that Man City have got. We've got last 4 times that you've come to the London Stadium, it's been 5-0, 4-0, 4-1 and 4-0. So we know that it's not going to be an easy ride, but it'll be an interesting game, this one. And if we get anything, we're looking for a bonus. I've got a sneaky suspicion that we might put up a fight. I'm going to say a draw. I'm a West Ham fan, so I'm a bit biased, but listen, it can go. It's more than likely to go Manchester City's way. Make no mistake about it. Thank you very much for having me on the channel. For everyone that's coming down tomorrow, have a safe journey down and a safe journey home, and I hope you enjoy the day. One thing left to say from me: come on, you Irons. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Very honest and very humble thoughts, and I don't really blame him for being optimistic at the moment. Life is pretty good as a West Ham fan at the moment. By the way, go and subscribe to them if you're a big fan of football content. They're good guys, make good videos. West Ham Fan TV. There'll be a link on screen somewhere, and there'll be a link in the end card as well. Go and check them out because they're a fantastic channell. But thank you for supporting me, guys, and getting that preview over Heroes. But I don't really blame him for being optimistic at the moment because life's pretty good for them. They signed a bunch of very decent players. They signed Haller. Sebastian Haller, they've signed Fornals as well, a really good player. Then they've got, I think Welsh is actually back fit at the moment. Felipe Anderson was fantastic in the pre-season game against us. Lanzini, a bunch of other very good players. They've got a bit of creativity and a bit of goals there. No Mark Noble though, which is a bit of a knock for them because he's obviously very important to them. But they've got a very good team, and Pellegrini will set them up well. It's obviously at home. They've got that new season energy, and at the start, every team kind of goes for it a little bit because they just want to make a good start to the season. That could play into our hands, but West Ham, it's going to be very interesting for them, and I can totally understand why there's a little bit of optimism, and they will hope to get a draw at very least there. In terms of prediction, though, I'm very confident in the way we started the pre-season games in the Community Shield. Even though Liverpool came into it, I think we'll be good. And I think we'll see City look to really assert themselves early on. It's a very strong team we're going to put out there, and I can't help but feel confident because we always are when we go to West Ham's ground. It just seems to be a team that we really suit playing against. So I'm feeling a victory here. I'm going to say 3-1. I think they'll score early on because they'll be rustiness in defence, but I think going forward we'll just have a little bit too much. I think it'll be 2-1 and then we'll get a late third just to seal the game. West Ham will put up a very good game and we'll see some rustiness and all that kind of stuff, which is understandable, but I'm going to go for 3-1. I think that's probably a pretty optimistic score. Not too optimistic, but it's a decent, fair prediction, I reckon. Guys, anyway, this is the first preview of the season. I hope you enjoyed that. There'll be a match reaction, of course, immediately after the game tomorrow. For now, though, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button for loads of Manchester City content throughout this season. I put loads of effort in. Go and check out all the videos I did on transfer deadline day, including Scott Carson, Sarni, Pedro Porro, the transfer market review and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely loads and more content on this channel. So for now, thank you to all these people scrolling down the side. These are my patrons who help support this channel. Absolute heroes. And fingers crossed Manchester City win. I'm signing off.